Facebook, what's happening? What's happening? All my Facebook prospecting pros, what's up? Happy Monday to you all. All right, so really quickly, I want to dive into this video, how to increase your outreach message response rate on Facebook when it comes to cold outreaching, cold DMing, whatever you want to call it. Now, here's a few strategies, tips, and tweaks that I've implemented and helped me really increase my outreach when it comes to increase my response rate when it comes to outreaching, okay? So I'm just going to dive right into it. If you guys get any value out of this, please hashtag below value. If you're watching the live, say hi. If you're on my live video and you don't say hi, that's pretty rude. No, I'm just playing. But either way, if you're on the replay, you know what to do. So here's how you could increase the response rate when outreaching on Facebook, how to get through these people and how to really land better inside of the DM, right? So I'm going to share my screen. 1 second. Share screen. Okay, boom. Alrighty. So how to increase your outreach message response rate on Facebook. So here's a few things for you to implement and really do before you outreach. And I believe this will definitely help you increase your response rate when it comes to using Facebook to outreach. All right. So number one, before outreaching to people on Facebook, be sure that they are on your friends list first. Be sure that they're actually your friend before you go ahead and outreach and send that person a message. Now, the reason being is if these people aren't our friend, more than likely our message will end up landing in the message request or the message spam folder. Okay. And we don't want to be those people. So by making sure that these people are actually our friend beforehand, it's going to more likely guarantee that our message actually lands inside of their inbox. Okay. So that's number one, before outreaching, make sure that these people are your friend. All right. These prospects are actually on your friends list. Number two, before outreaching right away or before outreaching period, practice what I call the priming strategy. All right. Now, what is the priming strategy? All right. So the priming strategy is simple. Basically, as these new prospects come in and they accept your friend request, right? From the moment that they accept your friend request and they become your friend, why don't you dive into their profile and engage on a few of their posts? So leave some reactions and a couple of comments if possible, right? So as they become your friend, you want to dive in, go to their profile, check them out, see what they're doing, where they're from. Go ahead and react to some of their posts. Go ahead and like some of their stuff, leave a few comments. Okay, and that's the idea behind that. All right. If you have any questions here as we go, please feel free to drop them below. Okay, so recap, before you outreach, be sure these people are your friend. Before you actually send them that message, use the priming strategy to go into their profile, engage on some of their posts. And now the idea behind the strategy of priming is so we want our prospects to see our name popping up in their notifications and actually get familiar with our name and who we are before they actually receive a message from us. So before they just randomly get a message from us, we want them to know, like, hey, oh, I've seen this person before. All right. So that's the priming strategy, and it does work. Number three is it's all in your messaging and how you craft your messages. I can't stress this enough. That message needs to be heaven sent to your prospects, especially in 2022. You can't be generic anymore these days. Skepticism is at 100%. When we land inside of the DM, people already know that there's some intent behind it. So therefore, crafting our messages is very, very important. All right. So there's two ways to reach out. There's a more casual kind of, casual outreach. Like the casual outreach is just, hey, I seen you accepted my friend request. I'm glad that we're connected now. That's a casual, soft opener. Then there's the straight to it approach. The straight to it approach is where we just get straight to it. It's an irresistible message is what I call it. It's the first message that anyone ever gets from us. And it's basically a yes or a no. There's no small talk. There's no beat around the bush, right? So however you go about outreaching is up to you. But again, it's all about crafting your message to really resonate and be different. Okay, we can't be generic anymore. It's super important to craft your outreach message in an irresistible way. Okay, and an irresistible message. Let me give you an example. An irresistible message, basically the way I craft it, is it needs to start with an indirect compliment. Basically making them feel good, kind of hype them up or make them feel important as to why we're even landing in their DM, okay? So let me again share my screen. So an irresistible message needs to start with an indirect compliment. Make them feel good why they're even getting this message from us and why we're even landing in their DM. So how you do the indirect compliment is up to you. And then after that, we need to provide them an outcome. The outcome that we're trying to give to them so that they can see the bigger picture by receiving this message from us. Add some credibility if possible, right? And then conclude that outreach message with a simple question like, would you be open to discuss this further? Or let me know what you think. Anyway, I didn't get into this live video to discuss how to craft an irresistible outreach message. This video is simply to help you increase the response rate from your outreach messages. All right. So craft some good messages. And then lastly, what to do if people leave you on red and they don't reply. So what I do is if people leave me on red and they don't reply, I use the GIF strategy. Now the GIF strategy, and we all know that feeling being left on red. Okay. So the GIF strategy, we use it to encourage people to reply back. We'll simply send them a GIF. All right. So for the people who leave you on red, simply send them a GIF of like some crickets, just crickets chirping, or an awkward GIF to get them to reply back. All right. So this is also a good way for us to just be funny, show them our humor, but also get them a way to reply. Now, let me show you an example. Documents. Oh, shit. Downloads. Right here. So look at this is the first message I sent out, right? At 10:32 a.m. They left me on red. So at 10:54, I sent them a GIF and it said, well, this is awkward. Next thing I know, I get a reply saying, give me 30 minutes. I would have never gotten that reply from this person if I didn't follow up with a GIF. Okay. So again, the idea behind that is if they leave you on red, use the GIF strategy. So I'm going to go ahead and recap everything that I just went over in this live video. How to increase outreach message response rate when you're outreaching and cold DMing on Facebook. Number one, before outreaching to people on Facebook, be sure that they are your friend. Be sure that they are on your friends list. All right. If they are our friend, this means that our message is going to actually land inside of their inbox and not in the message request or in that message spam folder. We don't want to be that person. Number two, before outreaching right away, practice the priming strategy. Okay. Prime these new prospects up. So make them feel good. What is the priming strategy? Well, the priming strategy is simple. Like I said, hop into these new prospects who are accepting your friend request, go to their profile, engage on a few posts, like their profile picture, like their cover photo, leave some reactions and a couple of comments. Okay. So the idea behind this strategy is we want our prospects to see our name popping up and we want them to get a bit familiar with us before they actually ever receive a message from us. Really powerful, okay? Number three, it's all in the way you craft your message. Now, I can help you craft your messaging and create some irresistible messages. Go ahead and reach out to me. That's down the road. This live video is not about creating messages. But number three is, again, it's all on how you craft your message to speak to your prospects, okay? You can't be generic anymore these days, especially in 2022. Everyone's skepticism is at 100%. People feel the intent behind our messaging, so we need to come in a different approach, all right? The sole purpose of an outreach message is to get these people to respond so we can reel them in. So think of that first outreach message as your bait. How do you catch a fish, right? It's the same thing. You throw in your bait, you hook them, and you reel them in. So it's the same concept. This outreach message needs to be so crafted well that it sparks curiosity or at least makes this person want to know more or are more interested. So that way they reply. Okay. Number four, what to do if people leave us on red from our outreach message. So we outreach to these people, they leave us on red. Well, we use the GIF strategy. So I'm As soon as they leave us on red, we'll reply with a GIF, which is trying to encourage people to reply. So for example, you can send them a GIF of crickets chirping, right? Or an awkward GIF like the one I showed you here as an example, right? So my first message I sent, they left me on red. 20 minutes later, I sent a GIF saying, well, this is awkward. And then I got a reply, you see? Again, I would have never gotten this reply if I didn't send that GIF. So that's our strategy number 4. Anyways, if you would like this document, go ahead and drop comment document in the comments. Go ahead and comment document, and I'll be able to send this over to you. So that way you can read how to increase your outreach message response rate when it comes to outreaching on Facebook. I hope that helped any of you guys. Have a good rest of the day. Peace.